I've had my renewal requests through very early from the Courier exchange, and I've had a full week working on my current gig, so well paid this week. But next week, who knows? I don't think they've got any work for me. Afternoon everybody, I'm Dave from Anvil Logistics, and it is Monday the 14th of August, and it is about 4:45 in the afternoon. Just parked up round the corner from where I live because I've just sent all my paperwork through for my day's multi-drop route, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see from the picture at the beginning of this video, or just before I started rabbiting on, I've had my request for renewal through from the Courier exchange. It's actually not due for 2 months. It's due on the 15th of October, but they've actually contacted me over the weekend with the email saying that it's due for renewal and get it done in good time. So I've got a decision to make. Not have to do it straight away, obviously, because I've got 2 months to pay this. Do I renew with the CX? Do I carry on? The price is the same as last year. It hasn't gone up for me as an existing member. So it's just a shade under £1,600. Now, I think you can pay that in instalments. In fact, when I read the letter, if you freeze on it, you can zoom in on it. It actually says 12 monthly payments of £109.99, which I presume is plus VAT. It was about £132 a month. So if I wanted, I could pay that in monthly payments. I'm not entirely sure if it still commits you for a year, or if you're paying monthly payments, does that mean that if after 3 months I think I'm not carrying on with this, I can just stop it? Or am I committed to pay it for the year? I probably will pay it all at once if I renew. I've not done a job on the CX now for well over 6 weeks ago. In fact, the last job I did, I've just been paid for this morning, which was I think it was a Saturday one when I had the small van for a bit. But it was 90 quid came through this morning on time. It was one of those 45-day jobbies, but it came through, well, it's the 14th today, so it came through a day early, didn't it? But that's it. I've not done anything else. All I'm doing is this work for my work supplier from this big transport company I work for, and I do use the CX to put the invoices through simply because it's a handy accounting tool. But I don't get the work from the CX. I don't get backloads because all the work's local. It tends to route me and finish me near where I live. So, is it worth having? I don't know. What do you think, folks? I mean, I suppose in theory I could stop it and then restart it again if I need to. But then I'll be paying the new member price, won't I? I won't get the renewal price. I'll get, if I was starting afresh, which is closer to £2,000. So my instinct is that I'm going to renew it, because I'm absolutely not guaranteed that this will last forever. I'm amazed it's lasted so long, but they seem very happy with me and I'm happy with them. They pay me very well for what I do, and I'm earning better money and spending a lot less on fuel. The mileage on the van has come down, well, the rate it was going up has come down dramatically. So if I can stick with this, this is a bit of a winner, isn't it? Yes, I do miss the day-to-day, same-day deliveries, not knowing where you're going and things like that. But people are struggling out there. People are struggling to get anything like a decent rate The CX would be handy for me definitely if I had my own customer that was sending me out on long distance same days and then pick up a backload. But honestly, CX is a backload site, isn't it? I used it to start and it was handy for me because I had no other work whatsoever. And it's enabled me to build up contacts and get to know people, and then obviously develops my own work, i.e. this, what I'm doing now. I couldn't hand on heart recommend that anyone join the CX at the moment to make it your only source of income, because, you know, it's very difficult. I mean, I know guys who only work on CX, and some do really well. You take Saintsman, for example. He only works on CX mainly and does very well, but although he has now, I believe, got another contact that's giving him regular work. But even when he wasn't, he was still earning his money, but I think he earns more now because he's got a regular contact. YouTubers who else? Tom TG Logistics, he just uses CX and he makes a living. He works hard, sometimes he works late and sometimes he doesn't go home. And Tall Man, Small Van, TS, whatever it is, TMSV Services, John, he just works the CX. But he's got something lined up and he's just done his ADR course and he's going to be working with someone, I think from October onwards, where he's going to, fingers crossed for him, going to get some regular ADR work. So, but up until this point, he's just been working on the CX. But working on the CX in general, I wouldn't advise it. You know, you need, if you start off that way, fine. Build up your contacts and accept the fact that you're not going to get the best rate for what you do. And then develop your contacts and take it from there and wean away from it. So I think it's not 100%, but I'm edging towards renewing it for now. One, because I can afford it. I've made good money in the last few months, so paying for it's not an issue. And two, I just don't know, do I? I just do not know. I might need it. It will seem an incredible amount of money to waste, £1,600 a year, but it's a bit like a little insurance policy or security blanket for me. We'll see how it goes on. So for the rest of this week, more than likely, I'm going to be doing the same thing again. But it's decent money, like I said, and it's enabled me to financially make myself a bit better off, or the company a bit better off. Like, for example, last month I paid myself another £3,000 of the director's loan that the company owes me, and in fact the company actually only owes me now £4,000, which I'll probably pay in the next couple of months. So the company is without debt. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the van repayments to pay off the van quicker. Whilst the money's coming in, I might as well change the direct debit, make it higher, because realistically it's a 4-year deal. I had the van now for 14 months, so in theory now you've got 2 years 10 months left. Is the van going to last 2 years 10 months? Probably not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to up the payments on the van and hopefully get it paid within 18 months and clear it off. That way, when the van packs in, gives up the ghost or whatever, I'd like to think I'll get another 18 months out of it. It's ready for change and there's nothing owed on it, and it can be used as a deposit on the next van, either sell it privately or trade it in. So that's, whilst the money's coming in, this is what I'm doing. I'm paying things off, I'm paying back my loan, so I've got some of my own personal money back, the loan I made to the company, and getting the company on a really good financial setting going forward, because nothing lasts forever, but at the moment this is still going. So make hay while the sun shines, and then we'll see how it goes. I'll pop in later in the week to let you know how the week's gone, or if anything significant comes up that is worth talking about. I'll obviously put that in as well. But everyone else, grab some money where you can this week. Well, it's Wednesday now, 16th of August. It's 11:45. I'm about midway through my run today. Just leaving Stretford, heading to Altrincham now. Going to a nursing home, taking some cleaning agents. Had a right pig of a one to deliver to in Manchester Central. It was a Burger King in Piccadilly. Nowhere to park there. You've got to park on the other side. Then push a trolley across tram tracks, and it was 10 boxes. So it's 2 trips in the trolley. Took ages. What a pain in the bum that one is. I hate that one. Don't do it very often, but when I do get it, it is a nightmare. So yesterday, on the way home from work, about 4 o'clock, I telephoned the Courier Exchange about my renewal, because it did say if you've got any questions, ring them. So I rang them to say, listen, I don't think I need to do this renewal. I don't do any work with you really, and you know, it's a lot of money to pay out, 1,600 quid, or the best part of £1,600 to basically use it as an accounting tool. Is there not a cheaper one I can have? So the first thing I asked him was, if I don't post work, if I have the most basic package, how much would that be? Would that be any cheaper? Now, I don't know whether they've lied to me or not, but basically told me that I am on the cheapest package now. Now, as far as I was aware, there was a cheaper one, and someone else has just said to me that he doesn't post work and he gets a better rate. So that's one thing. I am tempted to have it still, but I obviously then said I've got other concerns as well. One is about all these syndicates that one person's got the app or the membership, and his farm will work out to everybody else. That doesn't seem fair, and you know, I'm paying a full whack. And they said, yes, that is a matter of concern to us, and that is something we are most definitely trying to do something about. So the upshot was, what this chap has said to me is this. So I think he was expecting me to read between the lines. He said, you have got plenty of time to think about your renewal. It's not due till the 15th of October. Don't do anything about it yet. Have a think, because you never know. The longer it goes and the closer the renewal date gets, they may come up with something to entice you to renew it. So, reading between the lines, does he mean that if I don't do anything about renewing it early and look as though I'm not going to renew it, they will offer enticements to stay? Maybe longer than the 12 months, like when you took it out new last time, or will it be a discounted rate? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do a single thing about it until the last minute, and see if they offer me any inducements to stay with them, and then we'll take it from there and see what happens. Because obviously at the moment I'm not using it, but there's no guarantee with this what I'm on at the moment. I'm doing very well out of it, thank you very much. And at the moment they definitely do need me. They are still very busy, and there's always some time when a driver's off the road, a driver's ill, holiday, or a van goes off the road. So at the moment they're always finding me something to do, usually a full day. Every now and again they'll give me a same day delivery to do, but it's an ADR and I get the ADR rate for it, so I don't mind that at all. It makes a nice change. But on the whole, they are keeping me gainfully employed at a better rate than I will enjoy on the CX. And to be honest with you, I think I'd struggle to get work on the CX now because of my low feedback, because obviously I'm not getting any. So we shall see. So that's what's happening this week. Going to carry on with my run now. I should get finished about 4 o'clock, and it finishes in Oldham. So it's not a bad day. It's just that I hate going into central Manchester when you can't get anywhere near the place. But that's the life, isn't it? That is what we do this for. You know, if every delivery was super easy, then everyone would do it. So, shouldn't moan, should I? I do, but I shouldn't. Catch you later in the week. Hello there, YouTube. It's now Friday, and it's 2:45, and I'm done apart from one drop, which is, I'll just put my glasses on. One drop which is kind of near my house. I'm in the centre of Manchester, and I'm about to get out of the centre of Manchester. I'm not filming the traffic for you because it's distressing. And I'm going to Middleton. That will be my last drop, and I'll probably be home just a little after 3:15, I would imagine. However, it's not great news because I am not in on Monday. They have no need of me on Monday. I suspected this would be the case because all the drivers are back from holidays, etc., and all the vans are back from the shop. So they do have a full complement of drivers. So he messaged me before to say there's nothing for me on Monday. Now, there would be bits and bats if I wanted to do them, where I'd come in after 9 o'clock and pick up, you know, what's not gone out on the vans, and I'd get a rate for that, and I'd earn money off it. But there's not going to be a full day's run. It might not be anything for me next week. I don't know. This is the first time. It's not the first time I've had nothing, but I suspected yesterday that this would be the case because I saw the 2 vans come back from the shop, and also knew that the drivers that were off are actually, you know, back in. So I rather think it's goodbye from me for now. I'm sure they'll have me back doing other things, and it might be it's only just Monday. But I'm now left in the situation where I will need to try and find, if I want to work Monday, I'll need to try and find some work. So I'm going to have to switch on the CX and maybe put some bids in for work. But the trouble is now I'm pretty clueless, I'll be honest, about how much I should bid, because the rate that I enjoy doing this is nothing like what I'll get on the CX, and it will break my heart to move a load for someone at a ridiculous rate per mile. But you know, you've got to earn something, haven't you, while you're sorting something out. I mean, if this had come to a complete end, then obviously I'd use the CX whilst I was trying to find an alternative source of income. Can't rely on the CX totally whatsoever. And now it seems as though I switched it on. It seems busy, but that's for today. But there is a few Monday ones coming through, so I'm going to throw a few bids in, see if I can get anything, and I will highlight that if I was successful in next week's video. In the meantime, I'll draw this one to a close, because obviously content wise it's not all that interesting just me rabbiting on about doing that multi-drop, is it? I'm going to leave the CX renewal until the last minute, see if they come up with something for that, and I shall report back next week or maybe midweek to let you know how I did work-wise on the CX, or was I recalled back in here. In the meantime, I hope you all have a great weekend. I'm hopefully going to the coast on Sunday, just with the missus and my daughter, who's down back from Lincoln because she's a teacher, so she's off. So that'll be nice. And I'm going to see an Elvis tribute act on Saturday night. So let's hope he's decent, and if he's not, I'll be getting up on stage and saying, "Give us that mic. I'll show you how it's done." No, I won't really. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you like the vids, give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up always help, because it gets the video out a bit further. And if you'd like to see more content from me, or want to check out the back ones, subscribe to the channel. Completely free, it doesn't cost you any money. You're not committed to anything. You won't be bombarded with emails from me selling you Amble Logistics t-shirts or anything like that, because I don't do merchandise or anything like that. Enjoy your weekend, and thank you for watching. I know you thought you got rid of me, but just to let you know, I got a job. not long after I've recorded that last piece, one of the bids that I put in for a job for Monday morning rang me, and I've got a little job with a quite big shipper, well-known shipper, going to Nottingham, long wheelbase job. It's going to some kind of event that's on in the car park of a large supermarket. Don't want to give anything else away because I get in trouble, but I've got a decent rate for it. When I say decent, I will say I've got £1.30 a mile, which is not brilliant compared to what I'm earning at the moment with my regular work, but for the CX, that's quite generous. I mean, it should be at least that in my view, but you go for what you get. So I've took that job, and many thanks to that shipper who's give it me. I thought I'd struggle actually, because I haven't got much feedback anymore, have I? But unless you look at further back in your feedback. Anyway, I'm not moaning, so I've got a job for Monday, and I promise I'm definitely going now. Have a great weekend.